Well, it looks like someone's having a pleasant morning. A perfectly pleasant morning, says Tigress Pandora. Well, good morning. And good morning to the TWS followers and supporters. It's Monday. It is a new week. Living wild at heart for 100 plus rescued wildcats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. It's Tigress Pandora strutting her stuff as she likes doing, showing just how sweet of a life your support is affording her. Good morning, Len K is here, Sherry V, hey Sherry V, Jeannie Curry, hey Jeannie. There goes Pandora, kind of tucking into the tall grass here. She obviously has pointed a specific direction. She's got the boys, Simon and Jeremy, across the way, so she's got to keep her eyes peeled on those handsome white tiger neighbors. Heather Torok, hey Heather, good morning to you. Good morning, Patricia A. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good weekend. A good weekend and a relaxing weekend and maybe a cooler weekend. It was a cooler weekend here in northern Minnesota. A cooler day today, but looks like things are going to heat up again. Yowzer, Mr. Simon, by midweek. See who else is in the folks. Hey, or in the comments here. Lisa Wallstrom. Hey, Lisa. Good morning to you. Sheila Cornsmith identifying with Pandora, saying that you feel the same way. You just want to spend Monday taking a bunch of cat naps. Well, try working around a bunch of cats who are taking actual cat naps on a Monday, Sheila. It can be tempting. But we soldier on, don't we? Hey, Liz Green. Thanks for joining us today. Happy Monday. Hey, Len K. Also given 200 stars. Thank you, Len. Thank you, Len. There's Mr. Simon across the way. I'm looking for Jeremy, and I think I see him sitting right in the doorway to his indoor bedroom in that central animal building there. I wanted to go and visit with Winona, Tigress Winona. I feel like we haven't seen on a few live posts. Truth to tell, the internet can be a little thorny over here in War Ridge, so I think that's been playing a little bit of a role, but I'm glad we got a quick little dose of Pandora here. And speaking of doses, we're getting a dose of lion carols in the distance there. Pandora looking at me like I'm the food person for the day. And Pandora, I hate to disappoint you. I don't like disappointing you, but I am not the food person for the day. Pretty comprehensive shot of some of the offerings that are in our habitats. Pandora's under a tiger-sized hammock. She's got a big old scratching log. She's got a toy in the background. She's under a large perch structure that even has a toy hanging from it. That's a pretty nice setup, pretty lady. A pretty nice setup for a pretty lady. We'll keep shaking and moving as I might be getting stalked here. Sometimes Pandora has a little bone to pick with the paparazzi, and I don't mind it. It doesn't make me feel bad, Pandora, but I don't want you to have to pick a bone with me, so I'll keep the party moving. I think understandably so, Pandora is like, well, I'll entertain this fellow, but if he's not coming with that marvelous food bucket, I have a little less patience to entertain this fellow. Making our way around the bend and seeing what Thor Jr.'s up to. I see Miss Winona, who will be going and checking in on momentarily as well. But just look at how perfect those paws are on Mr. Thor Jr. Everybody clap on 3, says Thor Jr. Clap. Look at that. I'm getting notifications as I'm here on this live post. And an Instagram video that Olivia, our content creator here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, posted, just hit 500,000 views. That's what the notification was. 500,000 views of a video that she posted last Friday. A really fun video, well, you know what a domestic cat sounds like. Do you know what a wildcat sounds like? And we've done a few different versions of this, and this was an exceptional version, and something that I'm sure many of you have already seen, but look at that. Just clocked 500,000 viewers. If you haven't, why don't you join in on those 500,000 viewers? It's active on our TikTok page as well. I think it climbed over 1 million views there, Mr. Thor Jr., and our Facebook page as well. Cool, cool, cool. Kudos to Olivia. Let's see here, Mr. Thor. Adrian Schwartz saying, yes, loved that one. I thought I heard a curious tigress behind me. I can tell when you have a little bone to pick with the paparazzi when you don't chuff back at them. Yeah. Back to a lounging Thor Jr. here. Torben, that's exactly what I was thinking. The paws, the tongue. Thor, oh Thor, you are just perfect. He says, oh boy, life is good. Thanks to people like you, Mr. Torben. Tanya getting excited about that Instagram video. That's awesome, Olivia, says Liz Green. Congratulating Olivia. 500,000 views. That's just on TikTok, or Instagram, rather. Henyatta, people on TikTok were rude today, so I'm, looks like Olivia was on a live post, and some unruly people in the comments on TikTok. I often cite one of my favorite lines from Star Wars. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi from A New Hope, and he says, "You'll find no greater hive of scum and villainy than Mos Eisley," and I replaced that with the TikTok comment section. You'll find no greater hive of scum and villainy than the TikTok comment section. Just a lot of people who want to say what they want to say, want to throw down in the internet Thunderdome, and not really thinking about what they're saying or where they're saying it, that we're an accredited sanctuary who doesn't come into contact with our big cats, who doesn't breed our big cats, who is a rescue and forever home for these big cats. Definitely filled with a lot of people like that, Mr. Thor Jr., who really haven't understand who we are and what we do at the Wildcat Sanctuary. But we got patience, Mr. Thor Jr. We got patience. Whoa, whoa! Stretch it out, Mr. Hot Dog. This is the alternate calendar shot that didn't make the 2023 calendar here, is what Thor Jr. is showing us here. Oh, Mr. Thor. Still want to go check in on your next door neighbor. Pandora's got her pool over here. But your next door neighbor, not Pandora, Miss Winona. Let's keep the party moving. Ooh, yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, but isn't that just a day in the life of being on the internet, having to deal with trolls, and in particular, it's a little disappointing when people don't kind of realize the error of their ways. But at the end of the day, it's up to us as the Wildcat Sanctuary to be patient. It's up to you as a supporter and advocate for the cats to be patient and convey your message, appropriately. but definitely gets under your skin a little bit. But at the end of the day, cooler heads will prevail, and the cooler heads will prevail for the cats. Alrighty. Speaking of hungry cats, I can tell Miss Winona is gonna be chuffing and huffing at me, wondering if I have any food. Hey, Miss Winona! And then I need to find a good little spot to hang out for a second, because we have to talk. We have to talk, Miss Winona, with the folks here. Hey, pretty lady, can I have a chuff? For gosh sakes, I haven't had a chuff all live post. Miss Pandora had one of her bones to pick with me. I need a chuff, no tiger pee though. That'd be nice. Hey, pretty lady. Tigress Winona, who we know was rescued from a really tragic situation where she was being used to breed tiger cubs that were being sold on the internet. This was a breeding facility in Indiana. This is when we found Dash, when we were originally called to rescue 2 tigers, Winona and Marcus, and 2 lions, Wally and Marlene. And I always like just giving a quick overview of the life that Miss Winona left behind when we were able to rescue her, and that's the type of thing that your support helps her leave behind and helps right the wrongs for other cats like her. Whoa! And she gets to show off just how sweet life is now. Hot dog, Miss Winona. We're getting mooing. We're getting a tiger belly. I think at this point in time, this is where an uninformed commenter would say, "Oh, if friend-shaped, why can't pet?" Or floppa this or floppa that. We've been trying to identify a lot of internet speak in the communications office this morning. That someone would see a tiger rolling around, showing off her belly, and say that cat just needs to be pet. And here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we know that is not the case. We know that at the end of the day, Winona might mimic some of the behaviors you see in a domestic animal, but she's far from one. She is a tiger, a full-blown tiger with killing power, and something that I would never, ever trust to not act on their basic natural instincts. Ooh, yeah, that's right, pretty lady. Beautiful indeed, but to be respected. Daria saying it plain and simple, because you will get your arm ripped off. That is exactly right. And also, tragically, what happens is, who knows what can happen with the cat in that type of situation, where people are going and try to pet these animals. The animal acts on its instincts, like I just mentioned, attacks the person. The human maybe gets out with injuries, but then the animal has to be euthanized. It's just a lose-lose, folks. What are we doing here? I gotta talk to the folks here in a second. Miss Winona, I gotta talk to the folks. But it's hard when we have such a goofball here, Well, as life goes at the Wildcat Sanctuary, things are always happening behind the scenes. That's obviously one thing we talk about when we mention how your support is integral to us here. It's not only catering to the things that you see here happening every day and that we're able to talk about, but it also helps with things to help unfold behind the scenes. And very simply, we have a team, 2 members of our caretaking staff, Teresa and Rio. They are on the road right now, and they are going to be doing a live post later this afternoon, maybe early evening, of a new resident who's going to be joining us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So I repeat, TWS has 2 team members who are on the road now who, for what I know, have probably picked up their precious cargo and are on their way back now. So you can stay tuned from a live post happening on the road. That would be from Teresa and Rio today. It's going to be that's going to be probably afternoon, maybe early evening, if I'm getting my timing right. You guys know how these cross-country trips go. Looks like somebody's getting excited. You guys know how these cross-country trips go. We just want to make sure that all these other things are taking priority, cat safety, human safety, before we do something like a live post. So that's why we want to keep that time as flexible as we can. But nonetheless, have your ears perked up and know that we have some exciting news to share with our TWS supporters happening today. And that will be a Facebook Live. So stay close, stay close, stay close, Miss Winona. And excited to share some wonderful news. But I won't say anything more to Miss Winona. I just want to get the fire started a little bit and making sure people are going to keep their eyes glued to our page today. Yeah, she says, I need to take a drink after all that hubbub. Yeah. Glad to see some people getting excited about the live post happening later today. Marvelous, marvelous. Carrie Miller's looking forward to it. Amanda Shell asking me to divulge more details. I'm prone to overstepping and talking too much, Amanda, so I am really going to keep my lips sealed this time. My lips are sealed, Miss Winona. Yeah. A lot of people asking who, what, when, where, how, why. And they'll just have to tune in later this evening for our to hear and kind of learn about what's happening and how you can kind of continue to follow on with the action and the timeline and so on and so forth. Pretty exciting stuff, Miss Lady. I'm going to go see what your neighbor's up to, Miss Tao. And it's also kind of a mild day. I'd really love to see Bobcat, Bogart, and Buddy, who are right over here. Tao's in a really beautiful spot. I'll have to probably get a different angle on her, but here she is, kind of framed in the foliage there. Yeah, did you think I was over there? Well, I'm over here. I'd love to see you in this big, spacious, free-roaming habitat, Miss Tao. Escaped the grips of private ownership and now living compassionately at TWS. Tao's one of those cats, and especially too when you learn that she's been four-paw declawed, and that when she came to TWS, man, those claws and tendons were in rough shape from that declaw, and to hear that, I think it would have been about a year ago, she had an intake exam, and Dr. Camper took some x-rays of the paws and just kind of gave them like some physical observations, and could kind of fully report and deem that her paws, those tendons, had loosened up and are not as contracted as when she originally arrived. So kudos to our operant conditioning program and caretakers with sticking with it, with things like Miss Tao, and she wants to come up and be bossy like that and say, hey, I'm not interested in my training today. But Tao, you stuck with it, and look, it really benefited you in the long run, so we appreciate that. I don't know, you're kind of looking back that way when I came over, and I see her kind of looking over in Shadow's yard. I'm wondering if she is going to be keeping an eye on Black Leopard Shadow here. This Tao is, she's a bossy kitty. We mean that. Let's see. Looking over to my left for a beautiful black leopard named Shadow, and I'm already seeing her. Howdy doody. Fresh and fruity. Yes. Well, hello. Oh, Miss Shadow. One of our oldest rescued residents here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, Miss Shadow. Always, proving us wrong or making us double take her age with how youthful she can be. That beautiful black coat is hiding those lovely, lovely rosettes that we know Shadow has, and of course Black Leopard Shazam. Yeah, I saw Tao over there. I think she's a little curious about what you're up to this morning, Shadow. Yeah, I think she's a little curious about what a pretty black cat like you is up to this morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll hang out for a little bit. I'm also not the food person today. Yeah. Look at a big tiger butt. Mr. Simon here. Might not be the most flattering thing, actually. Big Simon, excuse me. Your brother, I think, is still hanging out in his shift door. A lot of people getting excited about Miss Shadow, saying they love her sleek coat. And she says, I am an expert groomer. Hey, pretty lady. And Shadow's got quite the medical history. One that we've done a great job of documenting in her resident profile. Big yawn, Miss Shadow. A couple scares where we thought we were going to have to say goodbye to Shadow. And happy to see that, as I mentioned, she's one of our oldest rescued residents here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And, thanks to the expert kind of vigilance of our caretaking staff, the expert care from our veterinary staff, Shadow gets to call herself that, one of our oldest rescued residents here at TWS. And if you'd like to learn more about that medical history, it's right there on our resident page. You can just go to wildcatsanctuary.org and see it kind of fully documented there. I won't hang out for too much longer, pretty lady, because I'm not the food man, I'm not the food man. But the folks enjoy seeing you. All right, pretty gal. I'm going to see if I can catch a glimpse at Buddy or Bogart. I would love, 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 love to see those two bobs. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Happy Monday, everyone. You are tuned in live to the Wildcat Sanctuary. We're having ourselves a sanctuary stroll. Visiting with some of the cats you do so much to support. Bogart, yes! Yes! And also, mentioned a little bit earlier, but I'm hoping everyone's going to be keeping an eye on the Wildcat Sanctuary Facebook page. Hello! I can watch the bobcat piddle. There's Bogart marking right there. Hoping that everyone's going to keep an eye on the Wildcat Sanctuary social media pages, Facebook in particular. Gotta keep an eye out, Mr. Bogart likes to mark here. Because we have two TWS staff members who are on the road to bring a new resident back home to the Wildcat Sanctuary. So that will be happening later today. I'm guessing kind of during the afternoon, evening hours. I mentioned that, as you know, when you're on the road, safety of the cat, safety of the humans takes priority. So once they have everything in line, they'll be able to go live. So we just want to keep that window open a little bit wider, Mr. Bogart. But nonetheless, it's been a nice live post this Monday morning. Bogart came and just wanted to try to pee on me and then keep on moving. Typical bobcat. Looking for Buddy the Bob. He likes hanging out under this platform, but we're going to keep on moving. We know that Buddy was rehomed to us along with Kisa Marie. They're two cats. Kisa Marie was a Eurasian lynx, Buddy a bobcat. Two cats who are being privately owned. We're receiving good care. Had adequate living space. We're receiving vet care. We got a big old book of vet records when their owner transferred custody of them to us. But due to a change in life circumstances, this individual had to move and loved her cats and wanted them to come to a reputable facility who would give them the same love and compassion that she had given, and she chose us. And happy that we were able to give kind of that same love to Kisa Marie during her stint here, and Mr. Buddy, he's entitled to whatever he wants to do, but I wish we would see him more on live posts. He does love his bungalow. Oh, I had a hunch you would be here, Mr. Buddy. I'm gonna kneel down right here, handsome man. Yeah, I hear you. I hear little bobcat. And a big yawn from Buddy. That's one of, this is one of Buddy's favorite kind of lookouts where I catch him. Because guess who he likes looking at? The cutie pie next door, Miss Beauty. Buddy's got eyes for beauty. And I do often see him sitting there. And he says, oh, it's such a good spot to watch the girl next door. Hey, Miss Beauty. There's a handsome bobcat over there keeping an eye on you. I think I might have blown up his spot. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah. Gotta make sure the paparazzi isn't going to make use out of his rain boots this morning by getting lynx pee on them. Hey, Miss Beauty. Beauty coming from a different situation of private ownership where Beauty was beginning living in a home environment and was beginning to treat the people in that home like prey. Lo and behold, what would you expect a predator, a wild animal like a Eurasian lynx, to do? But they eventually made the right decision and were able to surrender her to us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Obviously, what we're trying to do is get ahead of that decision being made in the first place, of why someone would even consider owning a Eurasian lynx as a pet. Well, how do we get ahead of that? And that's with education that we do with our No More Wild Pets campaign. That's what we try to empower, information we try to empower you with, our supporters, so you can act as your own kind of web and network of what is and what isn't an appropriate pet. Because we love Miss Beauty, but it is a lifelong commitment to any animal, and let alone a wild animal. It's a lot, Miss Beauty. And we wish people understood the difference. Well, I can't go that way. So I think, Miss Beauty, I think we might call that a live post for today. Because I cannot go that way because it has to do with some of the news that will be coming to you later today. Let me just get into the comments here for just a moment while I have a beautiful spotted background. Someone asking, what's the difference between a Eurasian and a Canada lynx? That would be just a very simply a difference in species. That's right, the cats have really been trying to mark the paparazzi here. But I wouldn't expect anything less, Miss Beauty. Oh man, Miss Beauty. A lot of people making me laugh here this morning. Well, hey everyone. I had a nice little sanctuary stroll here, checking in with the folks on this Monday. It's cool to see Tammy and the gals checking in from out west. I was a live post with Sally, Julie, and Tammy. Tammy taking a much needed vacation. And, I think it's a vacation, but also a brainstorming session. I'm excited for her to come back tomorrow and to hear some of the things that those three have been talking about, strategizing for the cats. But that was a fun live post. If you missed that, be sure to check it out. But hey, Miss Beauty, I'm excited for you all to stay close to our Facebook page today, stay close to our social media pages. We're going to be announcing some exciting news from the road with that was Teresa and Rio. I was about to combine their name in my head. Teresa and Rio right now, two caretakers from the Wildcat Sanctuary on the road to bring back some special precious cargo to their forever home here at TWS. So find out more details on that happening later today. But for now, we will see you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your morning and afternoon. And thanks for tuning in. Bye, everyone.